Welcome, Amy, to the Kitsune Network. It's a pleasure to have you. How have you been?
I've been all right. How about you? Thanks for having me.
I've been all right. We just had an earthquake here in California not too long ago. It was a 3.5, I believe. So not that big, but you know California is filled with a lot of earthquakes. I believe you're based in Texas. Is that correct?
Yes. I'm in Dallas.
Fun of me.
Yeah.
Here in Los Angeles, we have none other than Bang Zoom Entertainment, which is a studio I believe you're familiar with.
Yes.
So please give us a little bit of background information on...
Well, I'm a Taiwanese American. I moved down to Texas maybe 3 years ago-ish. Almost 3 years? I don't remember. But before that, I was in New York because I was getting my master's degree in classical piano. And 2 years after that, I moved down here, and you know, I'm not very exciting. There's not much else to say. But yeah.
So how did that getting your master's in piano thing? How did that transition over to the voiceover?
I mean, I've always been really interested in acting, but you know, Asian parents weren't as thrilled about the whole acting thing. So ever since I was playing video games when I was little, I always wanted to voice act in video games in particular. And you know, I watched anime since I was little because I would travel back to Taiwan, and they'd throw Yu Yu Hakusho and Pokemon stickers at me and stuff like that. And I'd be like, this is so cool. And like Yu-Gi-Oh was popular when I was like visiting and stuff like that. So it was kind of a natural progression from just liking to do musicals at school to being like, wait a minute, I don't have to worry about what I look like and I can just do VO. And like, I was a big music person, and that helps with voiceover stuff too. So I feel like even though it was a detour, it still helps in the field, so it's not as distant as one would think.
I see your cat wants to do a cameo in this interview.
Yeah, he's running around.
What's his name?
His name's Noctis.
Noctis, really?
Yes.
Tell me, what was your first role in anime?
Like most people at Funimation, I started out doing like Walla and Bits. So that was technically my first. Besides that, I guess Natsume in Free, Dive to the Future. Yeah, I think that was my first one. So yeah, he's a cute little boy. He swims like the rest of them do. And that's what I remember. Yeah.
So what was it like getting your first anime role? And for those who don't know what Walla is, she basically means a loop group. So whenever you hear a scene where people are speaking and you can't really understand what they're saying in the background, that's basically what Walla is, just a lot of talking.
Yeah, stuff like, and that's where I hid the dead body, and... But yeah, what was it like? It didn't feel real. I was super nervous. I mean, I still get nervous sometimes, but I was super, super nervous. And I remember going in thinking that I was going in for Walla. Because most of the time you don't know what you're going in for unless you've already done the character before. So, yeah, it was just really hard to process. And I think my cat just ran through the back of the screen again.
He really does want to come out in this interview.
He really does,
Maybe
but it's okay.
Now he's looking out the window. Cute.
Oh, is he? Wait, oh, yeah. Yeah, he likes that little spot.
I want to meet him. So let's speak about another a series that I think is very interesting just because it takes place here in Los Angeles. And of course, I'm talking about the anime, and sorry if I mispronounced it, but I think it's called Appare Ramen, is it?
Appare Ramen, yeah.
There you go. I'm hungry apparently. And you of course you voice Hototo, correct?
Yes.
Tell me more about that character in the series.
So Appare is about a character named Appare, and his begrudging friend, Kosame, and they end up on a boat that takes them to Los Angeles, and then they have to go back. Well, Kosame especially wants to go back to Japan. Apare just wants to make a car, an awesome car, and like invent stuff because he's, you know, quirky inventor and all that stuff. And so they enter a race it's a car race that goes across the United States to New York City, so that they can get enough money to buy tickets to go back home. And so along the way, they meet a bunch of colorful characters. Like there's a French duo and a Chinese girl and a black guy and a Wild West gunslinger. It's really colorful, and yeah, basically. And my character Hototo is a Native American boy who is seeking revenge on the people that attacked his village, burned it down, killed his father, etc. And so I had an amazing time playing Hototo because even though he's like a small child, he's very rounded and has a singular focus and very, very mature for his age. While Kosame is the one who's, both Kosame and Apare are kind of impulsive in their own ways. And I feel like it's kind of funny because the youngest member of the trio, Hototo, tends to ground them half the time, which I find very entertaining. But yeah, so it's a fun dynamic like that. But it's really cool and has great music. So by PA Works, and I was very honored to be part of that series. So the funny part is I'm actually more used to playing young boys. Like Natsume in Free was also a young boy. So, and as you can tell, my natural voice is on the lower end as well. So it was actually a lot more comfortable playing Hototo, I feel like. And sometimes I felt like I was just speaking in my natural voice, but, which also can be a little bit jarring sometimes. So honestly, it's often stranger playing high-pitched characters. But it's easier for that disconnect when I'm playing the high-pitched characters, because then I can be like, that is a totally separate character. And then when I'm playing a little boy, in Hototo's range in particular, where it's a lot more, it's not like the raspy, like Ash Ketchum type of boy, where it's more of the rounded feeling that's a little bit more, like, I don't know, natural. I don't know how else to say it. I'm not saying the other type is unnatural because there are boys that sound like that, but like, I know a lot of times it's hard to know if I'm actually putting on a voice or not, or just talking as myself. But yeah, as far as like doing the voice though, it's a lot easier for me, definitely, and a lot less strain. I mean, well, you really shouldn't be straining your voice. I mean, like, I don't have to warm up as much or worry about it. I can like wake up first thing in the morning and be like, this is fine.
There's another character that I need to mention, and that's Ichi Tanaka from Assault Lily Bouquet. Tell me more about that series and the character that you play there.
So Assault Lily is another Bushiroad series. It is basically girls with large weapons doing things that you would do with large weapons. There are a lot of girls. They do a lot of fighting, and my character Ichi, she's not in the main group, but she's in one of like the rival group or whatever in the year, and she's just a very down-to-earth, kind of sassy character with a rivalship with one of the characters in the main group. That's like in episode 8 or whatever, where she does the whole like, haha, you can't beat me thing. She's fun. She's very chill. I like that she goes straight to the point and has that dry humor.
Another series that I find quite unique, just by the nature of the series itself, you play Rina Ryugu, and of course I'm talking about Higurashi When They Cry. But, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's not a continuation of the old anime series back in 2006 or 7. That's a remake, right?
Well, actually, it's complicated. So it was advertised as a remake, and the first episode is set up as a remake, but it's technically a sequel and technically a remake, but you can watch without knowledge of the original. So it's really complicated. For all intents and purposes, it's a remake, but not a remake.
I was watching it earlier just to get a feel of your voice in it, and I like the fact that they included the Colonel Sanders in there. So that's I don't know if you know
The KFC guy, yeah.
So for those who don't know what I'm talking about, go see Higurashi When They Cry, assuming that you can. It's a funny, cute anime. It's cute with the quote.
Oh, it's super. All they do is have fun and cook, and there's nothing sad ever. And there's some dumpster diving and more cooking, and yeah, it's a great, cheerful show.
It's a slice of
Nothing
life
bad ever
series.
happens.
Yeah, let's go ahead and leave it at that. But moving on, congratulations on getting Rina, a role that was previously voiced by Mila Lee, who is another anime voice actress.
Thank you. Yeah, I've watched the original series years and years and years ago, and I'm a big fan of it. And yeah, she's my best girl. I love her a lot. She's really good.
And these are roles that you had between 2019 and 2020. So now let's go ahead and jump forward to 2021 and tell me how you became the voice of Rinku Aimoto in the now very popular series D4DJ.
Well, I got an audition for it, and I somehow got booked, and I freaked out because Rinku's amazing. And yeah, audition, got booked, recorded, and I'm still processing it, to be honest.
I feel you, yeah, I feel you. Did you travel to Los Angeles to record your lines, or was that remotely done?
Oh no, it's remotely done. We've been doing basically, even for Funimation, basically everything has been remote since COVID started, which is great. You can do it from your closet, but it also means that it's very expensive because you need to upgrade all your equipment so you can record from your closet. But yeah, I'm very glad I was able to record this remotely, for sure. Yeah.
Speaking about recording lines for this series, this production is very special because it features a Japanese voiceover artist named Karen Kagami, who does the Japanese voice of Maho, but also does the English dub version of Maho. So my question to you is, did you get to work with her in some sense, or was it all just you recording your lines and you send it over and then finally they put it together and that's the final outcome?
We all record separately, so I can't imagine how hard it would be to patch somebody in from Japan and from LA and from Texas. While it would be cool, it's we just worked with one-on-one with the director.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but the director was Tony Oliver?
Yes.
What about being part of the D4DJ production did you like best?
I think there's just so much positive energy in it. I find it hilarious that the one word that most of my friends use, and even, Tony used for Rinku, is that she's chaotic. And it's like that chaotic optimism that just puts you in a really good mood, or drives you crazy depending on who you are. But it puts me in a really good mood. And I just love that positive energy that comes from it. And also D4DJ is so cool because they do so many song covers of existing songs, and I can just go down a black hole of listening to all the cover songs from the phone game. This is really, really awesome because I'll hear a Shaman King cover or something, or a Gundam 00 cover, or an Inuyasha cover, and just hearing it done in their styles. I love the music incorporated into it. It's sad that we can't cover it, but but yeah, I love being part of just, idol shows are just so much fun. It's no stakes, there are stakes for them, I guess, but you can just sit there and it can be your feel-good show, and it's just fun being part of that.
You play the actual game?
I actually don't play the actual game. My friend does, and then she sends me links to all the covers. So,
Oh, okay, okay.
unfortunately, I spend all my phone time is used on Fate Grand Order, and I don't think I have enough. I think I don't want to go down another hole of like a million other games because then I'd probably have like Love Live and
Genshin Impact.
a bunch of other stuff.
After being part of the D4DJ anime series, would you consider playing the game?
Yeah, probably if I could fit it on my phone. Because like rhythm games are fun, I have a musical background and it's just all the characters are so cool. Like I know one of the bands in the game isn't in the anime and it's called the band Rondo. And they are so my aesthetic. Like the first time I found out about D4DJ, my friend, like not like voicing it, just like when I first found out about D4DJ itself, my friends are like, yeah, Aoi from Rondo is totally your aesthetic. Like you should just like cosplay Aoi. And it was more than one friend that said that. And so like, I would be interested in seeing like how the characters interact in the game aside from the anime. So yeah, it'd be fun, I think, yeah, if I had time for it.
We're both fans of Rondo, actually.
Yeah, they're so
Yeah, I
good.
love
Visual
them.
K.
The same thing with you. When I first found out about D4DJ, which was about in September or November that I found out about them, I fell in love with their style of music. I was like, I want this.
Yes, like they remind me of like Gazette and all
Yes,
that stuff. Yeah,
thank you. Exactly. Wow, that's the first thing. That's the first band that came to my mind when I heard their sound. I'm like, oh my god.
I love the Gazette.
Another fan question is, are you a lot like Rinku?
Maybe I'm chaotic. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know how other people see me. I like food. So I
Basic
guess
human
in that
trait.
way. I really like food. So I totally feel her when she's like, "Oh my God, this food. Just wait for me." And all that stuff. So, and but I wish I had that kind of positive energy that Rinku has, and so as much as I would like to say that I am, I'm probably more like Maho or something.
You don't go out to the beach and collect shells or anything.
I actually have shells in my front yard, but that came with my yard when we bought the house, so I was not the one that collected them.
What was your reaction? I think I asked this question before, but this is a fan question. What was your reaction finding out that you were voicing Rinku?
Yeah, I just freaked out. I was basically like, I found out late at night. Like, I think I got the email at like 11 p.m. or something, and then I was just lying there. I was already in bed, and I was just like, I can't go to sleep now.
You're like, I love it, but now you have that responsibility to do it right.
Oh yeah, I was incredibly nervous. So, but yeah, it was like I said, I'm still processing it.
So what were your thoughts on Karin Kagami's performance as the English voice of Maha?
I think she did a really great job because it's harder than people think. Because like I'm fluent in Chinese as well, but like in order to act in a different language, you need to know the nuances of it. So it's one thing to read the script and like know what you're saying. It's another to know how to actually portray it. So for her to be able to not only like read it in English and to be able to sync it with the flaps, because like I'm pretty sure they do it prelay. So like they're not dubbing. This is her first time dubbing as well. And then also to be able to act in it, I think it's very, she worked hard and it's very admirable and she's doing a great job. And you can hear her get better throughout, even in the first 3 episodes. And even in the first episode, you can hear that she becomes more and more fluent. So I think she's doing a great job.
Yeah, her English. Well, then again, I believe she was born and raised in Los Angeles until she was.
She said she was born, yeah, but like 5 years old is like, how much do you really remember from when you're 5?
I don't
And
know.
then she moved. Oh, well, I don't. So I can barely remember things from high school, so or college. But maybe that's my own problem. But like, but
You're
like
like, I should be
it's
concerned now.
yeah, but like it's the whole like if you don't use it, you can lose it really quickly.
No, no, yeah, that's.
So like I took French when I was younger. Don't ask me to speak French. And you have to like speak to people who speak the language as well to really keep it. And like so yeah, it's I remember when I was in grad school, my Chinese got a lot better because I was speaking to a lot of foreign students. So you have to have that it's completely different from like studying in a book or just practicing on your own. You have to actually like converse with the people who are fluent to really get it and keep it.
Yeah, those are all the questions that I have for you. Thank you so much for accepting this interview.
Thanks again for having me.
Is that a Higurashi T-shirt you have on?
Yes, it is.
I just noticed that we were talking about Higurashi.
Yep, is my girl.
Do you think we can get a cameo of your cat?
Noctis! Noctis! Oh, come on, come on. Come on, Noctis. Here he is.
It's so cute.
He's a good boy.
He's so
I
fluffy.
know. He's so good. He's 8 months old.
Oh, it's so cute.
He meowed.
I know. I heard it.
He's like, what's going on?
Unhand me, you human.
You were sleeping on my lap earlier.
Maybe he's mad you got him off.
He's just probably has a lot of energy and is like, where's my food?
It's feeding time, human.
Yeah, basically. He's like, Chimkin? Can I have Chimkin? I showed up. Now I get Chimkin, right?
Any message do you want to say to your fans?
Fighting. Don't let dreams stay dreams. Yay, meow. I don't know.
Again, it was a pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you so much for accepting this interview. Hopefully your fans got all the questions all the answers they wanted. And once again, guys, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching this exclusive interview with Emi Lo. But don't go away just yet, it's giveaway time. You have the opportunity to win a signed autograph pen by Emi and this D4DJ Direct Drive album. All you have to do is click that subscribe button above and comment below as to who is your favorite D4DJ character and why. Stay tuned for more awesome interviews involving Genshin Impact, Kolyoko, and so much more. I'll see you guys next time.